Good morning, everybody. We have made it to day 3 of GrandCon. Jen already went and picked up our daughters to come up for Sunday. Sunday is typically family day here. So our girls like to game, but they're not, full weekend of board gaming would be a little bit too much for them. So they typically come for the one day, and then we'll stay in the Amway for the night, find some things to do around town with them for the evening before heading home at some point tomorrow. Just finished up editing the vlog. Jen and the girls are already down in the hall, so I'm gonna head down there and meet them. I think if it would have landed on any other face, you would have been okay. Yeah. I think they would have got it.
Hello? Yes, invasion is here. What's up? What are they called?
Freeze-dried nerds clusters.
Freeze-dried nerds clusters.
Yeah, because they paid for it.
He had freeze-dried ice cream also.
I don't have any left.
That's really good.
Nora and I tied.
I like that.
In case of a tie, the tied players.
And they also have freeze-dried Skittles.
Oh, I have to take gloves.
You were just a couple points behind.
6. So you are one unique number card away
For winning?
from getting 15 extra points, which is big.
But you've got a lot of points there, Josie, because you're adding up all of those.
Yup.
I'll
And you've
do
got
it. It's
10,
just,
11.
It's just a game. Oh my god.
She got it. She
You
got
can
it.
keep going if you want to, right?
No, as soon as you have 7, the round.
Okay. Do we score on our phone?
Oh, this is a 9. I thought it was a 6. I was like, dang it.
Doesn't really matter. So we start.
These are the victory cards.
All right. I get some stuff, though. I get 40 points.
These are all the way to
40?
Times 2.
Are we able to play this
you have the
again?
most.
We're here with Buddy, and he has a case of the new D&D Lego minifigs, so we're gonna unbox those.
Target spirit. Once this turn, target
So the case will include 3 of each figure. So open 1 of each. See what we start with.
All right, hey everybody, we have made it back home from GrandCon 10. It was another fantastic year. We had a ton of fun. Got to hang out with so many fun people. As you can tell, we didn't record an outro while we were at the show for the third day. So we're just gonna kind of go over some of the things that we did that day. And just kind of recap some of the stuff that maybe we missed out on talking about before we left. So Sunday morning, we got up early, which was tough to do after staying up until 3 a.m. the night before. So Jen went and picked up the girls from their grandparents' house and brought them downtown with us while I started working on editing the day 2 video. They got back, chilled in the room for a bit, and then, oh, you brought me breakfast.
Yep, we went to the kitchen counter again for breakfast and brought him breakfast, and then we all ate breakfast in the hotel room together. And then I brought the girls down right after the con opened, and we met up with our friend Buddy, and the girls and I played Trash Talk with him, which is the game where there's one person's the raccoon, and they're associating pieces of trash with cards of words on the table, and then the other people are the possums. They're trying to guess what words the raccoon has put with each trash item. So that was fun. We were pretty awesome. We house ruled it a little bit because the girls were playing with us, and we just made it a little bit easier. Like once we got an item right, we took it out instead of just keeping the tally going. So you have to do so, but we still were awesome. Then after that, we played Mad Libs, the game with Buddy also, which is basically just like Mad Libs with cards. Just essentially that, and you just vote for whichever one should be the winner out of the group, and you can't vote for yourself, and then first person to 3 points wins. So that was fun. The girls liked that a lot. They really like Mad Libs, so they had a fun time with that one. Then we played Droll, which had big dice that had dry erase boards on each side, and basically you go around the table taking turns. One person is closing their eyes while the other people are selecting a theme and then drawing on each piece of their own dice, on each side of their own dice, something to go with that theme. And then the guesser opens their eyes when they're done, and they're trying to guess what the theme is for each die. So it was very funny, and you're trying to go really fast too, because the first person that takes it gets the first chance to have the guesser guess theirs, and they'll get the points. So you're trying to go fast, but still cover all the sides of the dice. And you have to roll it, so whatever's on the bottom you don't see. So you could have your best drawing that gets stuck on the bottom that the guesser can't see. So
I thought that was a cool gimmick of that one.
It was fun. It was fun. It was. I think the hardest thing about that one though was trying to get it back in the box. It was horrible to get back in the box. So
that was a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, it did not fit. Then after that, the girls and you and I played Flip 7. So that was an interesting game. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. It was a lot like blackjack, but with some weird twists, like cards with special powers. And instead of trying to get 21, you're trying to get 7 cards with unique numbers. But the higher the number is, the more of them there are in the deck. But that's also your points. So it's good to get high cards, but it's also bad to get high cards. It was pretty fun. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, and the girls really liked it too. I think especially our youngest, who is the one that jokes about wanting to go to Vegas all the time. So she was like, hit me, hit me, hit me.
Yeah, maybe I'm a little concerned.
Yeah,
about
we should be a little concerned. So that one was fun. And then the last game we played, the girls and I played, was Doodle Dash. And what was that one? We just had to draw pictures and someone had to guess what they were. But again, you had to do it really fast. You had to just draw a picture as fast as you could, and then you grab the marker or the timer to show, or the dice to show that you're done, and then the other person has to guess what it is. And you can play up to 7, so you could have 6 other people guessing, and you take turns being the guessers. It was pretty similar to the Droll game, just with whiteboards instead of the dice.
A lot of those types of games tend to be pretty similar. Generally, if there's a timer in a game, I'm usually not a huge fan. It's pretty rare. It's a rare occasion where I find a game with a timer that I like.
Agreed. I don't love timers either. It was still fun though. It was just as fun as Droll. I think they were equally the same experience for me anyway. So.
Yeah, while they were playing that, I was walking around the hall, kind of checking things out, taking a look at the garage sale. This was the GrandCon's first year having a garage sale room where you could basically rent a table and bring in your used games to sell. Seems like it was fairly popular. I always saw people in there as I was walking by. We didn't end up picking up anything from there, but it sounds like a lot of folks did end up finding some stuff there. So that's cool. I'm hoping that'll be kind of an ongoing thing. Another thing I did get a chance to check out that day was they had not a food truck, but an ice cream truck.
Oh, yep.
Right inside of the convention center, just outside of the hall where the convention was happening. So that was kind of cool. You could just walk right out into the hall outside of the convention center and go get your ice cream.
At the ice cream truck?
Yeah.
So we sent the girls with our orders to go pick up, because they like to go on missions throughout to keep them busy.
Yeah.
So after they checked out the vendors and got all their freeze-dried candy
Yes.
and cotton candy and freeze-dried ice cream. And then they got a couple, like, they each got a ring, and then Nora bought something for a friend. So they had some fun looking at all the vendors.
Yeah. Yeah, and there were some really cool vendors this
Mm-hmm.
year. I really liked like the shop that you got the earrings at. We'll have to look it up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember.
Upcycle Alice, I think.
And then we got a really cool piece of art from Altfitters. Their booth had a lot of really cool kind of like custom cut wood art that I'm really excited about. Talked to them about possibly doing a sign to put up back here behind us for when we're recording in this space. So really, really cool stuff they had there. Not just wall art, but they had some really cool like travel size dice towers. What else did they have? They had some like some of their artwork was like super detailed, like in how it was etched, like laser etched.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Like the amount of detail that they're able to get out of something like that. It's surprising.
I wanted to buy many things at their booth, but we decided on one.
Yeah.
But I could have bought like 10 more things, I think.
Yeah, and then just a bunch of other really cool stuff. Buddy picked up a box of the new D&D minifigs from Lego, so we got a chance to unbox those. I'm sure you've seen that already. It's probably already been in here, but that was cool to see.
Cool.
I do
It was
kind of want
fun.
to stop and get some of those. I especially like the Zastam one. I like the Aarakocra. I like the I'm kind of partial to the Druid. The Druid was my favorite character to play so far in any D&D campaign. So I'm kind of I might have to go find.
Yeah, I
grab
could
a
see you
couple
were very
boxes.
jealous when he was opening them up. You were very jealous.
A little bit. Let's see. Oh, and then we played a game of Creep Show
Yep.
with Buddy, which is a game that I picked up at Gen Con. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Hard to tell, I think, so far.
Yeah, we didn't really get a very good first play in. There were a lot of interruptions and things like that going on. And on top of that, just kind of trying to understand the flow of the game. Not that it's a complex game, but just trying to figure out the niche where that game lives, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, like how do I have fun with this game? How do I play this game so that it's a fun game? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yep.
like once we started reading the cards out loud and kind of telling the story of like the horror story as we went along, then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's a little silly, it's a little creepy, I can see this being a lot of fun, but again, just something that I think we've got to play a little bit more.
And we talked about, I can't remember if you were still there, but we talked about, too, we just didn't think a con was the right place to play that game. We thought more of like a group of friends all together, like, you know, at someone's house or whatever, not like in a big open area where there's lots of talking, it was hard to hear, and you're trying to read all this fine text, you know, to tell the story. So
Yep.
it was a little hard to play at a con.
No, that's something that we play with the lights dimmed and the little spooky
Theme
music
lights,
on.
yeah,
And then we taught Pass to Mick from Our Family Plays Games. Pass has been a big hit with us this year, kind of a surprise hit of 2024 for us so far. Although technically I think it came out in 2023 in its country of origin, which I always mess up.
Taiwan.
Yeah, I think it's Taiwan,
It's
but but yeah, just like one that we had not heard anything about until a friend introduced us to it at Gen Con, and then we played it, and now we just keep playing it.
Yeah.
And we like showing it off to people too, because a lot of folks haven't seen it yet. So it's really cool to watch them play it for the first time.
Yeah, Glenn, our friend Glenn was like the gateway to this game, and now so many people have seen it because
Yeah.
He introduced us to it, and he's been introducing his friends to it in Iowa also. So
Yeah. It's a great one. I'm really hoping that that a U.S. publisher ends up picking that up and bringing it over because it's a really great little card game. So the way the game works is it's essentially a card shedding game where you are playing down poker hands. So if I lead with a pair, then everybody else has to play a pair, but you've got to play a higher pair than the person in front of you. So I lay down a pair of twos, then somebody lays down a pair of sixes, and then Jen lays down a pair of aces. And you keep going around the table like that until somebody's able to play their last card. And once somebody lays down their last card, they've won that round. They take a token, and the first person to win 3 tokens wins the game. Just super clever, super fun. And the neat thing is the cards can be flipped, and there are different numbers on the other side. So one of the things that you can do is if you can't beat the person in front of you, you pass. And if you pass, you take one of these pass tokens, and that token can be spent to flip the card over to give you a different value, which gives you more options. It gives you more flexibility in your cards. And then on top of that too, you can also spend them if you happen to have the same hand as the person in front of you. You can lay that down and put your token on that card, on that hand of cards that you've played down. And now that technically means like my hand beats your hand. Like we tied, but because I put one of these down, my hand beats your hand. And then the next player could play the exact same hand, but they'd have to place 2 tokens down. So really fun game. Great in social situations, I think. I would really like to try. We've played it quite a few times at lower player counts. We've played it at 3 and 4. I'd really like to try it at 5. But I do wonder if the game will go too long at 5.
that could be because when we played on, what was it, Sunday, it did go long just because we thought it was ending, and then someone came from behind and just won 3 hands in a row and won the whole thing.
I
But
don't remember that.
I do, quite clearly. But you think it's like almost over, and then it's like, oh, now we got a new person in the mix that could just take it at any moment. So.
Yeah, we ended up with everybody at 2.
At 2 points.
And and so the next hand won, like last hand won, but that game literally went as many rounds as it could have gone.
Yep. And then we kept telling the girls, just one more hand. We just have one more hand to play. And after a while, they didn't believe us anymore. So.
Yeah, but it's a great game. If you can find it, grab it. And if you are a publisher, bring it over. It's really good. Let's see, what else?
Then we went to dinner after we got kicked out of the convention.
Yeah, we basically shut that down.
They ended it and they said, if it's your turn right now, you've won. Get out.
Yeah, and then we went to dinner. Jen made us reservations at a place called Max's South Sea Hideaway, which is a place that does really cool, really fun tiki drinks and a lot of really good food. I had the drunken noodles, which were fantastic, super filling. I was so stuffed by the end of the night. The combination of that with the drink was about as much as I could handle. What did you guys get? You guys got quite a few things.
Yeah, Nora and I split a few things to try. We got the chicken satay appetizer, which everyone at the table actually ended up eating. And then the California rolls and the waffle nachos with pulled pork.
I should have tried the waffle nachos.
You should have.
They looked good.
You missed out. And then Josie got I'm not going to remember the name, I'm going to say it wrong, but she got the tofu sushi.
Yep. Oh, yeah, then when we left Max's, we stopped on the way back. There's a place in Grand Rapids called Insomnia Cookies. That is like a late night cookie place. So we bought a dozen cookies from there. Cool thing about that place too is if you are staying in Grand Rapids, they do deliver. So you can get late night cookies delivered to you.
If you need some midnight cookies,
Yes.
they'll take care of you.
Yeah. Sorry, we're telling you about that too late.
We just found out.
And then we walked back up Monroe Center and stopped at a little macaron shop, it's like a little patisserie where they had a bunch of macarons and little chocolates and things, and the girls each picked out a few of those to take home or take back to the hotel and try.
Nora's like in love with Paris and everything about Paris, and she loves macarons, so
Yeah.
she wanted to go there.
I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So. And it was a super cute little shop too. And then after that, we went back to the hotel room and we pretty much just crashed out. We were all pretty exhausted.
Yeah, it was around 8:30 or 9, so it wasn't like it was super early, but it was
Right.
early for a convention. But
Yeah. In fact, I fell asleep in the bed, and you prodded me awake and were like, "Hey, you got to record an outro." And I was like, "Meh." So that's why we're doing it now. But yeah, so that's it for our GrandCon 2024 experience. If you came up to me and said hi, I really appreciate it. That was super cool. I love having folks come up to me and say hi. I love meeting all of you guys and talking about what you've been playing at the shows and everything. So thanks. Sincerely, thank you for coming up and saying hi. And also, I would like to say thanks to the volunteers at GrandCon.
yes, yeah.
You can see how hard they work putting this show on for everybody. And thanks to Brian for putting it together. It's a great show to have right in our backyard.
Yeah.
So looking forward to next year. And I don't know, this may be the last con of the year for us, but we'll see. If we do another con, it won't be another big con. I can say that. But there are a couple of other smaller local cons that I would like to try to go to. As I said in one of my earlier GrandCon videos, I do want to start kind of making convention coverage a big part of this channel because it's something that I love so much, and it seems to be something that gets a good response. So if I can find something nearby that's easy to get to, then I would really like to start covering more, like a bigger variety of conventions. But there's no big conventions in the near future for us. That'll have to wait until next year.
Unless we win the lotto.
Unless we win the lotto.
Then we'll do them all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, so that's it for this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.